Cooksaduk be Amun-Rayay, Unabek Mumauduhu, Umadeyahu, Umunterhu, Li Panan Zaman Wuakat, Panabab Yanun, Kalel Hamadad at their lay Amun-Rayay, the Tar Shalel Pa Patet Wupa Taha, Panuke Nawapu. I trust by way of Amun-Rayay and his master teachers, and his paparai, and his warner for this day and time, Panabab Yanun. All praises are for Amun-Rayay, overseer of the heavens and the earth. I am Nuwapu.
I appreciate you, son, and bless your soul. All right. I would also want to say for those of you that have been blessing this group with donations, I would like you, if you have copies of the receipt, to email it to me so I can keep track of how much you're sending, because whenever y'all get to at least $250, I want to make sure I send you a package, a spiritual package. You understand? It's very important to me. And Katat, if you here, and Katat, if you...
I'm here.
Okay. Well, I saw your outfit. I saw your outfit. Katat.
So cool. I got that message.
All right. But I just want to tell you again, I like saying it. I saw your outfit yesterday with the patch on it, and I really did. I loved it.
I can't wait to try it on.
Right. And Aaron, you next. All right. Now, who has a spiritual experience they'd like to share with us? While you all get them holy tablets together.
And I just sent you the evidence that you were asking for.
Say it again. Okay, you did? Tahu had, son.
Yeah.
Bless you, Katat. Bless you. You a faithful disciple. Faithful, very. You know, you the stuff heaven made out of, with a big throne and light. All right. Who has a spiritual experience they'd like to share? All right. No questions? Well, let's go to the Holy Tablets. Chapter 6, Tablet 1. I was inspired to go there by our Most High Creator. Now, that's a fact. Huh? You're going to learn a lot tonight. You all got to keep your phones muted. To those of you that try to keep your phone unmuted and just be quiet, that's error. Now, you're going to learn a lot tonight about the Most High. And you're going to learn a lot tonight about yourselves. You're going to learn a lot tonight about the devil and the wiles of Satan. And you're going to learn a whole lot tonight about me. You know? But for those of you that don't know, I'm also Imam Ahmed al-Mahdi, Abdullah Muhammad. Right? All right. Now, let me back up one page and go to chapter 5, tablet 9. The fall of the Adamites. Let's go to tablet 8. Chapter 5, tablet 8. The patient. There's so much I want to give you, you know. Holy Tablets, chapter 5, tablet 8. The patience. 19 times 3 equals 57. Lo, the patient will be paid their wages in full, without reckoning. For patience has 3 aspects. The first patience is obedience. The second is patience in rebellion. And the third, which is patience in misfortune. Yes, I, Anu, Elion, El, give 100 grapes of what is between the skies and the planet Earth to whoever is patient in obedience. On that day, when all will be raised, I will give 700 grapes of what is between the skies and the planet Earth to whomsoever is patient in rebellion. I will give a reward without reckoning to whomsoever is patient in misfortune. And when a slave is in a death struggle. His tongue is stopped, and 4 Anunnaki come to him. The first is, peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your drink of water and other drinks. I have flown east and west and have not found any drink of water for you at this hour. The third says, peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your breaths. I have flown east and west and not found one breath for you. And the fourth Anunnaki enters and says, peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your term. I have flown east and west throughout the earth, and I have not found 1 second for you, or your name to be called by anyone for anything. Then the noble scribes enter on his right and on his left. The one on his right says, peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your right actions. So he brings out from Ilion the chamber in which the good records of mortals are kept on a white page, and spreads it before him and says, look at your deeds. So he is happy and rejoices. The one on his left says, peace be upon you. I am entrusted with your wrong actions. So he brings out from Sijin the chamber which the bad records of mortals are kept. On a red page, we're in chapter 5 of the Holy Tablets, tablet 8, verse 27, 26, 25. I am entrusted with the wrong actions. So he brings out from Zijin the chamber which the bad records of mortals are kept on a red page, and it says, look at it. So his sweat pours down, and he looks right and left from fear of reading the red page. The scribe insists and puts it down on his pillow and goes. Then the Anunnaki of death, Israel, son of Anu, Aniat, enters, and on his right are the Anunnaki of mercy, and on his left are the Anunnaki of punishment. Among them are those who pull out the soul, those who wrestle it away, and those who are brisk. When it reaches the throat, the Anunnaki of death, Israel, takes it, the soul, away. If he was from among the people of happiness, he calls the Anunnaki of mercy. So the Anunnaki takes the soul and ascends with it to the presence of me. If he is among the people of disagreeable deeds, Anu Ilionel says, return it to his body, that it might look at what is left behind of its body, that he may feel his deeds, and the Anunnaki of punishment. Make the distinction in your behavior between those of rank and the common people. Rather, choose a person because of his or her skills, so that every craft may be carried on. Do not go in and out of the court of justice. No, count them not, that your name may not be soiled. Do not contend in a quarrel. Keep silent, and it will serve you well. Go not in the presence of a drunkard, even if it promises to bring you honor. Guard against words and deeds of deception, and against the words that are untrue. This is bringing me to mind to those niggas on Telegram, that Leroy Richardson and Ali T. Moore and Kid the artist and Jean Pierre and that guy and all those nigger named people that also I found out they got white people with them, 2 white women and some white men. Those are higher devils. Destroy the desire to do and speak evil within you, for the evil man has no rest. Stay away from the aggressive man and take him not for a companion. Take then for a friend one who is true and just. One whose actions you have observed And if your righteousness equals his or hers, your friendship will be balanced. Yet remember, he who judges becomes the judged. If you are not compliant to the laws, you may think yourself right by calling yourself the righteous, when in actuality, you are the unrighteous. It is always the righteous, as they would like to think of themselves, who declares who is unrighteous. Be a part of those who seek to improve themselves. Again, be a part of those who seek to improve themselves. Remember people who laugh with your company, your company. You and your wrongdoings are not your friends. Desire is the lead to suffering. Stop wanting to be and become. Any and all things that happen to you, you bring upon yourself. Tablet 9, the fall of the Adamites. Lo now, I will teach you of how the Adamite is to fall into sin, where he is to dwell, and among whom, but in it was all of death was born. And Halal, who later was to become known as Nakash, the evil whisperer, and his 200 aides, headed by Hamathiah, son of Apaliah, the man of perdition, and his son, the man of sin. Ahi. Yet by my grace did Michael send 23 to re-guide you, and I'm the last of those elders. Remember, I granted the enclosed garden as a test for you, when my Anunnaki said, Anu, Elion El, the Most High, whose voice spoke unto them, said, I have appointed this enclosed garden for your abode. It will shelter you from cold and heat, hunger and thirst. Take at your discretion of everything that it contains. Only one of its fruits should be denied. Anu, Elion El, the Most High, warned Zachar and the Cable, Zachar's confidant, or helpmate, beware that you shall transgress not the first and only command, and watch again the slanderer, the flatterer, the fallen Anunnaki, I hear you, whose name was Halal, but henceforth shall be called Nakash, that's that evil whisperer, who whispers into the hearts of the men from among the men and the jinn. Also curse be upon him and his offspring, the devil, also called the deceitful one. For he is a whisperer, he is your open enemy, because he was cast out on your account. He wanted that wisdom that you possessed. He willed to be as great as you. Beware of the trick of will. Young man. Will being the gift like fire that can be used positively or negatively. Like water that can be used positively or negatively. Like air that can be used positively or negatively. And like spirit that can be used positively or negatively. Be ever watchful of will. Its cunningness is infinite, and its arms is at your destruction. Yet he, Nakash, will only outwit himself. For if the fire consumes its food needed for its light, so will he burn himself out, and those souls who give unto him. They will also burn out. Yet those who gave unto me, and those who gave unto me, they will also be eternal. And this I teach you. Achieve the higher status in your profession. Do not argue with the contentious, nor provoke them with words. Pause before those who interrupt, and give way to those who verbally attack you. Sleep a shallow hour before speaking, for the unrestrained person is like a storm, which bursts forth like a flame in a pile of straw. It is better for a serpent to be in the house than a fool who comes often. Those who associate with a fool are drawn into wrongdoing. Do not sit when one is older than you is standing. And that's what they did to me in court. Even if you have those who live with a fool die in captivity. This is how it is recorded, and this is how it will be. Now let me start on chapter 6, tablet 1. Begin all thinking by using Al-Kalum, the all. Tablet 1, the affirmation. Lord Supreme, y'all better pay attention to this. This is not my words, and ain't Yanu's words, the Most High words, because Malachi was the vessel that was used to transmit these words, and I'm the vessel that was sent to you by Elion El to recite to you the purified pages, the holy tablets. So the book is written, he did what he was supposed to do, and I'm reciting it, so I'm doing my job. Tablet 1, the affirmation. Lo, supreme and marvelous are all you done and do, O thou who art the Elohim of the creators, the all the power of all. Just and true are thy divine ways, O ruler of the Ethereal holy ones. And who is it that dares not revere thee, O Elohim? All that exists by way of the all. From all we come, and unto all we return. The life in our bodies, the blood in our veins, the breath in our lungs. Tablet 2, the prisoner. Lo, arise, you purifiable souls. That's what I'm here for, 144,000 purifiable souls. Lo, arise, you purifiable souls. Come you into one mind, for it is your life, short as it be. But ever gracious is El Anu, who is called Elion El. This Anu is the Most High, who taught you by his light, which shines through the inks of Yam, the seas, and the pages of the trees. He who has 1,000 names. Be you prisoners no more in the mud of your flesh, escaping to total harmony with the Anunnaki, who are the Elohim in the name of our beloved Father, Anu, and his children, the Anunnaki Elohim. By the way of the Holy Spirits, the Egigi, and be you born again of spirit in an Ethereal form. I've been there already, recently. For I, yes I, from afar, yet ever so near, am sent by our Father to bring you back into the bosom of Elion El. Mute your phone. Don't be a devil. Tell them to mute your phone, everybody. Tell them to mute their phone.
Mute your phone.
Mute your phone. Everybody, mute your phone.
Yes, I, from afar, yet ever so near, am sent by our Father to bring you back into the bosom of Elion El, who is Anu, the Most High, your heavenly one, master of the boundless universes. Wrestle not with the facts, for there is facts beyond any doubt in truth, for there is no strength, nor no power granted except in he who is called Anu, the ever-living master of all the worlds, who sent Tammuz, an Adonai who is called Messiah. My craft Nibiru hovers overhead, peak at sight, and its circled rainbows overhead and ever so bright. Trust you in these signs, the seen and the unseen, that will be seen without doubt. Yet seen it is not by blind-eyed hearts. Deaf, dumb, they wander on in ignorance. This unquestionable truth I bring it unto you, and this scroll of Anu, wherein the wise finds truth. unquestionable, for it quenches the thirst of the woman and the man in the desert of untruth. That's what this world is. Rest your needing spirit and put your trust in the hands of your creators, the Anunnaki, Elohim, and you shall be made free. Trust you in all them which precede me, and make no distinction between any of them, and surrender completely. Oh, that you might once again put on the robes of Apsu, the sun, ever so bright. Many of you are putting them white robes on, blinding the eyes of his disagreeable sons, and turning the faces from impenetrable celestial ignorance into consciousness. Call out in prayer for forgiveness from the ruler, and petition through impartiality with humility and justice your right to the throne. Call and come, praise in the universal love far beyond this one planet key, positioned ever so careful in this small galaxy. Its weight 6 small galaxy, its weight 6 sextillion tons, a unit followed by 1 in 20 ciphers, moving at a speed of 1,037 1/3 miles per hour as it revolves around your life star, Apsu, Sun. Your planet, Tiamat, Ki, Gaia, also spelled K-I-R, Taylor, or Earth. Being at one time adjacent to your Shishki, Kingu, Luna, Qamar, or the Moon. Her birth date being 11 billion years ago, as of this date written. You have lost your celestial contact nearly 6,000 years ago, giving room to Anshar, Saturn, be put under the spell of Kingu, I know, called the Great Anzu, who is Leviathan, that old Nakash, called Iblis, and Samael, that's poison wind. Your Father, who are in all, and who governs all, has forgiven you this day through me. For I, Malachi, am an executor of his will, not a news bearer or one of the ones that was sent. Okay, not a news bearer or one of the ones that was sent. I was sent. Though I have been given the ability to prophecy, that's right. Though I have been given the ability to prophecy, and I have been sent as an apostle, so have I. I am not merely a prophet or an apostle. I am a reformer, a renewer, and he did that. I have come to renew your 25,000-year history. I am an incarnation of Murdoch. Come you all unto me, that I may show you what is to befall this world. Turning bitter pages, honey sweet, again for the faithful, on their journey to the all-powerful Anu, then home within the all. Ask of me, I shall by leave of my grandfather Anu, who is beyond your comprehension at this point in your life, who is the ruler of the galactical heavens. Holy are his names, 99 plus 1 given unto Anu. He also gave you the birth pains of your planets, wicked beings, reptilians, that's right. The moon, which was originally called Shishki, then Kingu, and Luna was parted from Tiamat. They not scared? They ought to be scared. I tell you, because I've seen why. Earth, 24 billion years ago, from among the Anunnaki, who formed Tiamat's host, her firstborn, Kingu, she elevated. In their midst, Tiamat made Kingu great, to be head of her ranks, to command her host, to raise weapons for the encounter, to be in the head for combat. In the battle to be the commander, these to the hand of Kingu Tiamat entrusted. As she caused him to be in her host, I have cast a spell for you, she said to him. I have made you great in the assembly of the Anunnaki. Dominion over the Anunnaki I have given unto thee. Verily you are supreme. Tiamat gave Kingu the tablet of destinies, fastened it on his breast. Kingu was elevated and had received a heavenly rank. It was this sin of Tiamat, giving Kingu his own orbital destiny, that enraged the other planets to the point of calling in Nibiru, that was also called Murdoch. I've been on Nibiru quite a few times. Mute your phones. To put an end to Tiamat and her out-of-line consort in the ensuing celestial battle. Tiamat was split in two. One half was shattered, the other half, accompanied by Kingu, was thrust into a new orbit to become the Earth and its moon. And I've seen the Earth and moon from out there. And Kingu, who had become chief among them. Okay, let me see something now. What I want to do is take y'all to... Okay, let me just read on. Chief among them, Murdoch made shrink as a doggee, mass of lifeless clay. Murdoch took from Kingu the tablet of destinies, which was not rightfully his, and sealed on it his own seal and fastened it to his own breast. Deprived of its orbital momentum, Kingu was reduced to the status of a mere satellite, your moon. See me in birth, for you have tested me. Too long have I felt your tortuous swords of doubt, piercing my heavy heart. We, the Anunnaki, being born before your Apsu, the sun, 76 trillion years ago, and your star, the sun, being 93 billion years ago, placing it by way of 554 million tons of hydrogen, changing into 550 million tons of helium each second. So we're telling you now how the sun is radiant energy. Because what it's doing is having nuclear explosions all the time called solar prominences or solar flares. By converting 554 million tons of hydrogen, very flammable gas, with a chain reaction changing into 550 million tons of helium each second. That's a million atomic bombs going on. Okay. 4 million remaining, creating planets such as yours. So in the beginning, there was a large sun called Om. And that's having those nuclear explosions, those chain reactions. And when those solar flares licked out from that giant sun, it was a lot bigger than this sun here, a lot bigger. Because it contained all the material of the solar system now. When it licked out, those solar prominences shot out from it. Some of them swirled at different distances away from that sun, Om. And they settled in an orbit around the sun. And they started, by nature's call, forming an orb and rotating and rotating. That happened with Mercury, Venus, Earth. What was the one that got destroyed? Meldeck. Meldeck got destroyed. It was Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Meldeck, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And beyond the Kuiper Belt. All these hot gaseous balls kept rotating and rotating, and after a while, they started to solidify and cool down. That's why you had, in antiquity, you had the saber-toothed tiger that was chasing its prey, like the horse. And then they developed, by natural selection, superficial surface modification. They shrunk down into a short 3.5-foot horse with webbed feet. Because all the big, tall, heavy horses with the hoofs, they were trying to outrun that saber-toothed tiger and all the predators, Tyrannosaurus Rex. And they would get bogged down in the swamps and get caught and ate up. So by natural selection, only the small ones survived with the webbed feet because they could run on top of the moisture. But over time, the Earth started to cool and solidify like all the rest of the planets. And then the horses started growing longer legs and hoofs and heavier weight again because they could outrun their predators, right? All right. Earth, in a time when it positions itself in the location of revolution, Earth in the lunar longing of 1980 and second year in the Gregorian calendar. That's 1982. And the Gregorian calendar, and the 1983rd year in the Gregorian calendar. And I went to Brooklyn to meet him again in 1983 for the second time in the flesh this time. When the alignment, the great vortex will open again in the lunar longing of the 1993rd year in the Gregorian calendar, because the vortex opens up every 10 years since the Philadelphia experiment, 1943. 93rd year in the Gregorian calendar, then 2003 AD, when the Bureau will arrive for the 144,000. It will depart in 2030. Okay. It will depart in 2030 AD. The great vortex will then open 2043 AD. We will depart forever. Now I got till 2030 to get y'all, raise y'all up that vortex to that craft. It's light reaching you every 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Allowing life forms to flourish gives growth, life. The provider of the earthquakes after the meteorite showers that brought the darkness upon the face of the deep, crashing down on the tip of Yucatan. See you in the light. See me stand at your door and knocking ever so lightly. I've heard that knocking at the door. I will hear and welcome you in my grandfather Anu's house in Orion of many rooms. Great kingdom of thrones, fit for rulers alone. And each seven and all, or seven to the seventh power of seven. And his being is 9 to the ninth power of 9. Woe to those who turn away and are impatient with me. Know that I am walking you in the valley of fear. Fear not, for persecution is a sign of truth. I will let you drink from the cup of everlasting truth. And I will suffer to protect you from the hissing ones who whispers disagreeable suggestions, placing questions of doubt about the galactical heavens in your heart. So fall not into their treacherous grips, as did many who were chosen before you, asking that our Father manifest before their weak and vain eyes, calling Yaqub their father. Yeah, they worship the devil. Woe unto you, daughters and sons of Israel, the tribe of Aki. Oh, okay. 83. Woe unto you, daughters and sons of Israel, the tribe of Aki. Where are you now? Where have you gone? For we see you no more. Now, you know, I know the Patarak is saying that Enlil is the crooked one and Enki is the good one. But I understand, because Enki is the father of Murdoch. Okay, where are you now? Where have you gone? For we see you no more. Who can you turn to now for manna and quill? No more parting of the waters and sending of the 7 plagues for your sake, for you have been wiped from our sight. So think about and ponder the scriptures before you. Question not the pages of my servants, this present wisdom. Make you not one who differs in any way from one to another. A man to Belahi, Wamalakati, Wakatabihi, Wabasulihi, Walayomi, Alikadi. I believe in Allah, His books and angels and messengers and scriptures, and make no in the final and last day, and make no distinction between any of them. 91. And submit yourselves by throwing your lowly flesh to the earth in prostration and prayer, and seek protection in your Master. Remember, there was once a worshiper whose name I will leave for your thoughts to seek out. He worshipped and agreed to obey Zuin, was also called Anzu. He agreed with the devil. And Zuin, who was called Shaitan, asked him to prostrate at once before him in the name of Adam's progeny, his daughters and sons. And at that point in time, his judgment was removed. He knew not, knowing not whether he stood or sat, he arrived or departed. You know whether he should have wound his watch. Not yet he cried out to this Satan, asking, why have you beguiled me? Any of you who think that you can do without the yielding and the merciful master of all the worlds shall be cast from the garden of delight, and the swords of the cherubim shall be crossed on the gates. Count them not. But when she, Nekeba, Eve, repented by way of Seth, he yielded, ordering the cherubim to raise their crossed swords, so that those of her seed who obey may re-enter the tree of eternal life and read the tablet of destiny which sits beneath it. He is called the yielder because he yielded at the gates of the garden. And often was he merciful to you in the name of Anu, the yielder, the merciful. Nakash said unto him on highest, you are trying to betray me and your own soul, for even I spoke. Satan knows no one can disobey the master of the worlds, and you have no right to the will to procreate. Nakash said, I have taken on many forms in all places, called rabbi, preacher, pastor, guide, imam, sheikh, guru, sage, and wizard, soothsayer, mystic, mother, Sufi, city, place, father, friend, pet, food, habit, drink, hobby. You find me in all these things. Protect you your soul. Slide not into binding partners with Allahu Al-Aliyu, the Most High, but merely close your eyes contemplating the wonders of Allahu Al-Aliyu, the Most High, from the cursed Shaitan. For this is the heart of Tawheed, wonders. For Allahu Al-Aliyu, the Most High, as Murdoch, as Al-Qaeda made it known to all. And Shaitan will flee from every part of you at the sounds of these words. For you cannot think past Allahu Al-Aliyu, the Most High, Allahu Al-Aliyu, the knowing, Al-Alim. Malachi's mission was over, I'll tell you all, in the year 2000. His time to rule was the first half hour from 1970 to 2000. Then the devil's time was up. And from 2000 to 2030, it's Amun-Rayay's time to rule, my time. And those are his very own words. Shaitan, who was called Iblis, used to go through all the seven heavens calling out for helpers. And 200 of my Malaikat, angelic beings, followed him, residing on El-Ard, the planet Earth, in a land called Nod. They were sleepy, under the spell. They would listen at the doors of heavenly learning, and as a recitation of revelation of Al-Quran. And so they listened, coiled up at the door like a Apolia, the snake, trying to steal a hearing, but it won't do them no good. Before they were sent down into the 19th point in Lailatul Qadr, that's the night of power. That's when I made the sacred Magaraj from Mecca to the great masjid, right? Spoken, you know, when it, okay, spoken are these words which are read, sealed on his holy pages therein. That's how I was transferred from Brooklyn to the fork of the Blue and White Niles to be initiated by Melchizedek. 115. So bring forth the imagination, for only he could have learned from you on the conception of Tammuz as Horus, or Krishna, or Maitreya, or Yeshua, or Isa. The galactic heavens were banned, still used to go to the fourth heaven. Then on the conception of the seal of Al-Nabiyuna, the prophets, news bearers of the bloodline Ahmed, called in tones Mustafa Muhammad Al-Amin, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and Iblis' entry into all the galactic heavens were banned, calling him in his Quran Shaitan 880 times, Iblis 11 times, Taghut 8 times. The system of scaring him away by the flaming cherubim was instilled. At the grace birth, Shaitan shouted to his offspring, and all rallied around him. They asked as to what bewildered and perplexed him so. Tahana said, woe is me. Because of this birth, I will witness great changes in Al-Samawati, the galactical heavens, and on El-Ard, the planet Earth. The devil was scared because somebody going to be born. From the early shadow hour until this time, really some rare but powerful thing is held. And I have not seen a color change of this dimension in the likeness of this. Since the time of that magnificent ascension to the galactic levels and the fall of 1/3 of the stars from his grace. At this point, the jinns, disagreeable angelic beings, sons of Shaitan, trusted he would show them those things that are repulsive to their master. And everyone dispersed to different directions in the planet Earth, year 5040 and 5430. For on that hour was a light born. Recalling all events, they reported that they could discover no pure light in anything. Iblis entered the world from the beginning by impregnating himself into the flesh of several tones. I will mention here Cain, Caesar, Alexander, Karl the Great, Herod, Attila the Hun, Marco Polo, Napoleon, Louis XIV, to mention a few, Abu Lahab and Yazid. And still there were some in this world to come, 30 in all. They're my demons. And here now, around 1400 years later, in the revolution of the planet, the pure light returned to behead the hissing one, Dajjal. Yes? Satan cried out. And one is born a seed destined to rid the universe of the likes of me. So as prophecy would have it, Satan says, women shall bruise my head, and I your heel. Set off Satan, circling the galaxy from Anshar Saturn. Anshar Saturn is the sixth planet in order from the sun. Its diameter is 75,111 miles, 6 times the size of Earth. Mute your phone. Second largest in this galaxy. You can see this disagreeable beast with an unaided eye. Its period of rotation is 10 hours and 4 minutes. 6,000 rings are interwoven around Anshar Saturn. And there the planet for Anshar is the disagreeable gas, the ammonia and methane. An electromagnetic force field encircles the planet as a vapor shield. Its distance from the absolute, the sun, is 886 million miles. And its closest approach to Earth, Saturn, which is approximately 793,240,6,123 miles. Saturn has 10 moons. It takes about 10,759 Earth days, or 9 and 20 and a half Earth years, to circle the sun. To 354 lunar, or 360 and 5 solar days, or 1 year of the planet Earth's time. Sacred year of 269 days. Venetian year of 584 days. The true solar year is 365, 2,422 days. My daughters and sons, the Mayans, called in tones, they calculated 365, 2,420 days. So we know they went to heaven. Its axis tilts at 27 degrees. Tilts at 27 degrees with a perpendicular position. The atmosphere of Anshar Saturn is hydrogen, helium, methane, and ammonia. The Greeks, from which the last of the 10 kingdoms of the sons of Javan, son of Japheth, son of Noah. This Japan took Iris, and they gave birth to Javan man. This brotherhood derived from afar and shall come again. And the beast will rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads, 10 horns, named Anshar, Saturn for Kronos. Kronos, a titan who ruled the universe until dethroned by his son Zeus, came to remove Satan. As mystery signifies the hidden system, so Saturn is the hidden god. The Chaldee called it Sator, and that is Ur, or S equals 66, T 400, U 6, R 200. The apocalyptic number 666, which replaced the real letters Zain, Zain, Zain. Get your weed for zig, zag, zig. The name Lat, the hidden one, this is Apollo, the sun called also Apollyon, or Seba, which is Sheba, the destroyer called Sash, or Sheesh, Shah, Father of the sixth from Aramaic. Father of the sixth from Aramaic, one of the true Trinity. So Latin came from Lat, and this Titan. Titan is also the name of the 10th planet. And Anshar, Saturn, also bears the names Sagush, Canaan, and Horus, the bull. His wife was Ops, the goddess of lust and harvest. He had 6 children, Hestia, Leia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, Hel, Poseidon, Greek, son of the sea, and Zeus. Because of Cronos swallowing his children, he is frequently identified with Baal, Saturnus. This was their El. The halo on Jesus' head, as depicted by the Christians, symbolized the rings of Anshar, Saturn as bright as the sun, or the soul of the solar system. When the Son of God died on a cross of thorns on his head, the crown of thorns on his head is symbolic of the sun's rays. Now they talking about this fake Jesus. For the Romans regarded Anshar Saturn as a deity. The Pope symbolizes Mistopheles, who wears the fish head of Dagon upon his head called Mitre. When you look at the Pope's hat, it's like a fish mouth pointing up in the air. Each year, the albino, blue-eyed Romans worship Satan with a festival, the Saturnalia, celebrated December 17th for 7 days, making a ring around it, then encircling the planet Earth 6 times, increasing its speed by 6. Then Satan, Satan and Saturn are the same word, is aware of the 666 that marks his time, the year 2000. That was the end of the 6,000 years. There's that other 6. In the location of the revolution of the planet Earth, in the lunar logging, in the 1966th year, that's when they dropped down on Earth. The vortex opened for them to come on Earth, 1966. Gregorian calendar being the 6th planet from the sun. The sun, when they opened the 6th vortex to let the disagreeable beings in this world, the rebirth of Zuin. The sun represents everything, everlasting life. The Egyptians have faith. As long as the sun come up, the earth will live. The Egyptians nurtured the sun, and it will continue to proceed on its journey of growth. The sun, S-U-N, or sun, S-O-N, of God, represented everlasting life on this planet now called Earth. The sun was giving up his life for you and was to rise again. I did. This sun in Egypt was called Horus. So you have horizon, or Horus rising. In other words, when the Wa'ab, the Egyptian priest would wake up at dark to go out early in the morning to pray. They would go to the Nile River, and they would sit on the west bank and prostrate, then raise up and watch the sun, first rays of the sun raised up in the east. And as the rays of the sun rose up, they would praise that. And the rays of the sun would walk across the bank of Egypt till they got to the Nile. And when they saw the rays walking across the water coming towards the west bank, they said that was the sun walking on the water. And the sun was also giving off blue and red colors like the toga they put on Jesus, who was really Jesus. Okay. There will always be light on this planet called Earth as long as the sun continues to show itself. And as long as the sun shows itself, there will be everlasting life. For 3 days, the sun is fixed on the sundial on the same place. It then moves again in the lunar logging at the 5th and 20th points in December. This was its rebirth. That's Christmas, the 25th. The sun was reborn. They call that the birth of Jesus, that Jesus was born. It begins its annual journey in the lunar logging. So you see how the Christianity taught that Jesus was born on Christmas? Yeah. 5th and 20th point in December 25th. And as you know, within the false religion of Christianity, you are taught that Jesus was supposedly born, and the lunar logging of the 5th and 20th point in December. This is all symbolic of the sun, S-U-N, in Christianity that was born or reborn. It's called solar biology, or simply horoscope, right? When the sun comes up behind the water, it proceeds to walk across the water. And this is symbolic of God walking across the water. They always dress Jesus in red and blue. The red is the sun and the blue is the water. And as the appearance of the setting of the sun, God walks away. The sun goes away and comes back. Oh, you elated ones, praise your master and shed tears of gratitude, for now is the time to shed the soul of this vicious bacteria that plagues your body, and come up in degrees. Come on up that vortex. Come up in degrees of thinking. Raise the density in degrees of patience and degrees of purity in heart. Give freely of that which the provider has provided you, the purifier, to take the head off the beast. And I tip my celestial hat to all of you that support the mission. Adorn their heads with manna and mushroom for the day of Saturn, or Saturday, and Monday is Moon Day. And I will bruise him on his mark 666. O cover of truth, who bears the mark on his forehead. The cover of truth called the Capharona. I'm called in tongues Al-Muklas, destroyer of kindness. For after I have rid you of the evils which you so freely partake from this tree of sin in the enclosed garden of delight, and once I have cast out Satan's children, removed his head, and summoned the knowledge of all false things that made you see other than Allah Ellery, the Most High, in this earth domain, I will employ none less than 7 billion angelic messengers as your servants to wash you in the pure spirit of Qatar for 1,000 years. I am Amun-Rayay, servant to the 144,000. And I will lock Iblis in the bottomless pit for a short time. I would free the devil out the pit if he would just let me. I will lock Iblis in the bottomless pit for a short time. Then he will be freed to test the faithful. And on the first gathering of the heavenly body, and our servant named by tone, Ahmed, being under inspiration, spoke before the multitudes. Come you all out of the world. Drink you not of the intoxicating spirit of Satan. Come you all into the world, ruled by the Master, for he is of the Father, and the Father is in him. Blessed are they who learn true love. Rewarded are those who share true love with their Father's name. Question I you, why has all this befallen us at this point in life's time? Bad, dressed in the garb of agreeable, and false as an imitation of truth, has slipped into the garden, changing it by flattery into devilishment. Can we destroy him? A star is an enormous ball of gas, mostly hydrogen. Atoms are jammed close together in the center, nuclei, that create the heat of the light of the star, Jinn. A star is born every 7,000 light years. A light year is equal to E equals MC squared, or energy equals matter times the speed of light. From energy changed to matter. First is the thought that creates the energy that shapes the form of the matter. As the spaceship approaches the speed of light, which is 186,272 miles per second. As the spaceship approaches the speed of light, which is 186,272 feet per second. It's miles per second, I'll tell you that. I know why he did that, though. Objects that they approach will take on a red glow. What he's saying is that if you're flying in a sham or a craft out in space and you're going faster and faster, when you approach the speed of light, when you get to the speed of 186,272,000 miles per second, then everything, the clock's going to start slowing down, and your fuel going to stop slowly getting consumed, and everything around you going to take on a red glow. And then when you exceed the speed of light, everything going to freeze. Time going to stop. You're going to stop using fuel. And what's going to happen is when you go past that exceeded, time going to start reversing. You're going to start going backwards in time. Remember I told you when I was taking up, there was a fan in front of me that rotated to the right, and another one over my head that rotated to the left. The one to the right rotation was taking you in the future. The one rotated back was taking you into the past. So you see, when you read in the scriptures, in the Bible, for example, they got up early one morning, the disciples, they looked up on the mount, and there was Jesus standing up on the mountain, and he was standing between Abraham and Moses, or Elijah, and he standing between those two prophets, and they were all dressed in white, and they were all three young men of around the same age. The problem is, Elijah was 6,000 years before Jesus, and Moses was 4,000 years before Jesus. So I guess time didn't bother them at all, right? Because they were breaking speed in those crafts. And that's how we're going to keep you young forever, at whatever age you decide you want to be. 25. Time will begin to slow down. When they have reached 99.999% of the speed of light, they can travel to a star 37 light years away. That's warp speed. A light speed is the distance light can travel in 1 Earth year. Now I'm going to tell you how fast that is. You know, that light in 1 second, beep, travels at 272.07 miles per second. So the Earth is 24,000 miles in circumference. So you can get, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. Light can circle the Earth more than 7 times in 1 second. Is that getting it? That's chicken boogie, ain't it? That's getting it, ain't it? All right, now straighten it out. Not in a circle. Now you see how fast it's going in 1 second? Now you got planets and things out there, stars so far away that they're a million light years away. And 1 light year is how far light can travel at that speed in 1 second. Now you got to count how many seconds in an hour, or a day, or a week, or a month, or a year. And every second counts for 186,272 miles per second. Man, that's sugar boogie. That's booting. All right. That's boogity. Yeah. That is 186,272 feet per second per mile. 5,870,4,270 and 3,892,000 feet every year. That's what he became matter in the physical, and from matter to energy, you will become spirit. And when you become spirit, you can participate in the new heaven and new earth. You and your time equals the distance light travels in 1 year, be it solar or lunar. And depending on the mathematicians or individuals located north, south, east, or west on Earth, times multiply the speed of light, 186,272 feet per second, by the amount of days in Earth's lunar or solar year. A light year is the distance light travels in 1 year, not 1 second. You know, it's a lot of seconds in a year. That's a lot of miles. The formula 186,272 feet per second times 365 days derives the exact time per day based on the sun, be it now. 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 6 seconds. Stars are born in cycles of 7. Out of black holes are the last stage in the life of very large stars. They are products of physical aging. What he's saying is that when a star starts burning out, when they converted all the hydrogen into helium and there's no more fuel, and its light grows dim, the star starts to expand, like the sun will eventually. And it'll start getting so large, it'll turn into a gas giant. And it'll envelop Mercury, Mars, Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, all the planets will be absorbed. When the sun expands so big, it'll swell up and swallow the whole solar system and go beyond the Kuiper belt and take all the asteroids and meteorites and comets and everything. And when they can't go no further, and the expanded farther it'll go, it'll start to implode again and shrink down like a dog egg into a white dwarf all the way down, smaller than the planet Earth, when right now it's over 1 million times larger than Earth. It'll shrink down to something smaller than Earth. It'll be so compact not with only all the stuff it was made of, but all the stuff of the whole solar system and beyond, packed in there so tight that just 1 teaspoon of it could weigh 7 or 8 tons. You couldn't even pick up a teaspoon of it. The gravitational collapse of the star culminates in the formation of a black hole, and the star's radius shrinks to less than itself. So what happens is, the sun has a gravitational pull. So when it gets that dense, it'll start having a further reach of gravity. So it'll go even further. The gravity reaches out even further than the Kuiper belt and start snatching at other planets and other meteorites and any asteroids or celestial debris that passes within its range, and in all 360 degrees. And it'll start pulling all that mass into that sun, and it'll get heavier and packed more dense. And it'll start collapsing in on itself, and it'll get so heavy that it can't be supported by the fabric of space itself. And when it gets so heavy, pulling in all that matter, because the heavier it gets, the further it can reach, and the further it can reach, the more it can grab to make itself heavier and heavier. And the heavier it gets, it's going to tear through the fabric of space and then create a black hole. Do you understand? 215, the gravitational collapse of the star culminates in the formation of a black hole when the star's radius shrinks to less than itself. Black holes give off no light. The fate of a star depends on its mass. The more massive the star, the stronger the internal energy. So what they mean is that black holes are celestial vacuum cleaners. You can't see them and they're dangerous, but they're all out there. But they're so powerful, the gravitational pull of that object, when it gets past the event horizon and shrinks down to another multiverse, that even if light, you try to shine light over the black hole, it'll suck right in. That's why it stays a black hole, because no light can exist. It'll just get sucked up. The magnetism is so powerful, the gravity is so powerful, it even pulls light in. The larger the gravitational attraction, the greater its collapse. At the center of the black hole, the star that dies is crushed out of existence by the force of gravity. Any stray matter or energy that passes too close to its horizon will be drawn into the whirlpool, which is the black hole. There are so many stars with masses significantly larger than your sun. There are innumerable black holes in space. Thus, black holes are able to influence stars. Your distance of light years away. That's how far that gravitation can reach. If you add the amount of days in a light year, you will come up with the distance which light travels in 1 year. Digit, add it if you wish. 6 trillion is the starting point. If you take this figure, you have the distance of most stars. Sunlight must be at least 10 to 5 astronomical units away, or more than 16 million kilometers. 1 kilometer equal to 1,000 meters, 3,280.8 feet, or about 5/8 of a mile. The distance light travels in 1 year, be it solar or lunar, and times 7,000, then times itself by 7,000, is the exact time one star is born. The birth of a star is contraction of interstellar gas. Its outer parts are attracted towards the center by the gravitational attraction of the atoms in the cloud as a whole. Slowly it heats up and contracts until nuclear reactions begin in the center. That's how the sun bursts into radiant energy. Energy, no matter, cannot be destroyed by man, no woman, only changed in its appearance, moving from person to person, place to place, planet to planet, galaxy to galaxy, eon to eon, and then on. Only allow well to leave the Most High can destroy him. We must avoid him so as not to give him more power, thereby avoiding his pull. The seed of flattery is planted deep into the earth. The earth having many flowers of many colors, so beautiful to the weary eye, so prosperous to the disagreeable, so acceptable to the needing woman and man. They seek to crucify me. Please forgive them. Be ever so willing to die for my sake. For I have died many times for your sakes, and I will give you the cup of eternal life. For even at this moment, your name has been re-entered into the tablet of eternal life. No mortal can do this thing by blood or by wealth, for only at death are the real earnings obtained. Mold yourself well in right knowledge, while your soul is like a full cup running over. Clothe yourself in the best of garments. Make the sun your crown of gold, and put Shishki the moon under her feet. that no more unclean or impure spirits may enter into her. For the highest and best life is still yet to come. Yea, it's with me on the right hand of my and your Father. To love your father is what I bring to you. To love your sister and brother as yourself, and all means, is your key to eternal life. That's why posting up to your brother and sister you don't know is so important. For you, for he, the ever so compassionate, and you ain't tricking me or the Creator, you're tricking yourself. For he, the ever so compassionate and sharing, created you virtuous and in pure happiness, with no needs nor desires, and there was nothing for you to seek after. Ponder on this thought. Crows need not learn to swim. The Holy Tabernacle is a pool of learning, still waves under stress, and the breeze against the leaves creating the Anunnaki music. Music is of two sounds. An assimilation comes to the real matter by putting one's behavior in harmony with the Lawel, the Most High. This format of lift is created in the harmonic grid with tones of vibration. 1, 3, 5, Lahut, Malakut, Nasser. The three realms on Om, A sound. You will all make when seeking a thought. Om. You know, when you try to ask your question, you look up to the left, you go, Om. That's the Om vibration. You're in creation mode. Harmony is seeing the heavenly host around the 4 and 20 in number, controlling the fowl of the air. You know how the birds find soft without a map, and the beast of the field, man and cow. Harmony is even coming forth from the throne. Agreeable works, agreeable deeds, agreeable people. And what will make you know the meaning of these words? Come ye lost but now found in the west unto me. For I am your light in these last days of ignorance. I am your comforter in these last days of discomfort. Your assurer. For those who are torn by doubt, behold me, I am. For I have come to you from afar with a pure soul, agreeable in truth, and as a servant of Anu, who I call for you, Allah. Behold my hand stretched out forth unto you, and my heart there in it. I placed my trust in my heart in your care. You were my love. And now my heart is broken for your children yet unborn. Oh, lost like salt, lost you your savor many a year ago. I weep more tears than all your seas. I pleaded for your salvation, and ever forgiving granted me by but a short time to be with you. Oh, couldn't you but know me? Be to look up at the energy eye and behold my rainbow encircling your dwelling. You have showed me the face of hate for my love, the sword clothing my blood for your freedom. Sweet vision, look down on them, that my voice may dwell in them, and that they too may partake of the love in you without doubt. Even in hell have you called them. That's right. Seeing the spell, I'll see it on Telegram. Seeing the spell, I will break it, and despite the cross, I will uncrucify them, that they may resurrect from the dead, and all eyes behold your glory. Many times over for them will I break it, the wicked spell. This is the vision come to me while in the flesh on Anu, the Most High's day, and Anu's hour in the midst of the enemy. Come you to the arms of my love, that I may teach you of these things forgotten by time. The compassionate, ever-loving, all-merciful provider, help those weary bones that I may shine forth and raise a new light of submission in them. This is spoken by Amun-Rayay. Then the mission is under them. We're going to go into the mission probably the next time. But right now, I want to stop and see what kind of questions we have created.
Amun, I have a question.
I'll do my best.
So I was listening to how you was reading it, and in the beginning we was talking about how, the fallen stars and the fallen angels, like in angel form or physical flesh form, and then how we transitioned to a dying star turning to a black hole and being so dense. Does that relate to each other?
Yeah, it's all symbolism, right? Because let me say this to you, and never forget, all Anunnaki are sons of stars.
Right. So the fallen stars.
You have a greater. Let me explain. You have a greater and a lesser light, and people thought that was the moon and the sun, or the sun and the stars. But the lesser light is the sun you see in the sky. The greater light is the one within you. And that sun is in your solar plexus, like that sun up there is in your solar system. And they call that sun in the sky, they spell it S-U-N. But your sun, they spell S-O-N. You understand? And as above, so below, Adam, A-T-O-M or A-D-A-M, makes no difference. You are one with all, and all is one with you. And as above, so below.
So that
and everything's in the same place at the same time, vibrating on different frequencies. You understand? Once you understand these things, then it unties the knots in our mind that deceive us and spellbind us into thinking that we know what we know not. You understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Right. Now it's 10:25. It's time for us to go outside and perform miracles for these doubting, disbelieving, doubting Thomases, right? And I want to see everybody that's going to go out there and perform a miracle with me tonight. Any new people here tonight?
I'm outside.
Yes. Okay. Where you at, in Florida?
It's Kim Count.
Okay, Kim, I love you. You know that. I said I know. I love you, Kim, and you know that. All right. Now, what do you see in the sky, son? What do you see in the sky?
I see a star.
All right.
A star.
Raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay. You see, that's the devil that always hangs up when it's time to move the stars.
It's raising up.
All right. Now, drop down in the name of Amun-Rayay.
And it's dropping down.
You see it? Yeah.
Yes, I see it.
Now, move to the left in the name of the Messiah.
It's going left.
Now go up and go back right in the name of Amun-Rayay.
And it's shifting right.
Now I'll go in a circle in the name of the Messiah, clockwise.
And it's going clockwise, Messiah.
All right. Now come closer to him in the name of the Messiah.
Coming close.
Now go back out in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Wow. It went back out.
That's right.
That was
now, next person. Who else want to move something tonight?
Yeah, I see a star.
All right. All right. Is this you?
I see a star right in front.
Who is it?
Right in front of me.
All right. And who are you?
It's Anne.
Okay, Anne in London?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to make that star go counterclockwise in a circle. In the name of Amun-Rayay.
Yes, in the name.
Yeah. You see it?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, you gotta let us know. All right. Now raise up in the name of the Messiah.
Yeah, it's going up.
I love you. Now move to the left in the name of Amun-Rayay.
It's moving.
Look, I'm gonna spell your name, Anne, with that star. All right?
Thank you.
All right. Now the first letter is gonna be A. Moving up.
It's really bright tonight.
Yeah.
So
now I got to the top. Now I'm gonna bring it down on the right for the A.
going down.
Now I'm gonna bring it to the left for the crossbar.
It's happening.
Now I'll bring it back to that line on the right and bring it on down to complete the A. Now I'm going to bring it to the right to start the end. And bring it up.
Yeah, he's flashing as well with it.
Yeah. Now I'm going to bring it down to the right, slanted for the end. Now I'm going to bring it back up for the end.
Thank you, Messiah.
I love you. Now I'm going to bring it back down. I'm going to bring it back down, but that's and right there. That's enough ends, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got your name written all over the heavens. The angels.
Yes, I have. It's moving all over the place.
That's right. What it is your energy eye is open now. You vibrating at a high frequency right now, and you raising up that vortex like on the last picture in the Holy Tablets. You see me as Ahmed Muhammad standing there in white, and then the vortex coming out of the top of my head, going to the Crystal City with the angels on the side. Inside that vortex, a tube, you see all those people dressed in white going up the tube with Sananda, Jesus leading them up the tube. That's what's happening by 2030 with all y'all that get be dressed in white and raised up in vibration. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody waiting on the craft. I am the craft. You understand? I am the resurrection and the light. I am him.
Yeah, we know it.
That's right.
I love you. And don't ever forget that.
Messiah.
That I love you all more than you love yourself. Anybody else want to do something before I go?
That's right. Moon can move the moon.
Yes, I can move it for you. Okay.
All right.
Raise up, moon, in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Oh, yeah. Raising up.
All right. Now drop down in the name of the Messiah.
It's dropping down.
All right. Now go counterclockwise of this. It's not big enough for your face. When it turns to a full circle, when it turns to a full disc, I'm going to put your face in it. All right.
Yeah, it's a full moon.
All right, well, I'm going to put your face in it. Son, I'm going to put your face in it while I move it. You're going to see your eyes and your nose, and you'll see your mouth talking.
I see it.
Yeah.
I'm on the boat.
That's awesome.
You're the man in the moon tonight, see? Now, if y'all don't think this is worth writing testimonies about and posting up all over the world, especially in Telegram, then you're not for real. You're not trying to earn your seat. But know that I love you all more than you love yourselves. Write your testimonies and support the group. Support the mission.
Let me move a star, Amun.
All right. You see it?
In the name, in the name of
Okay,
Amun,
let me tell you. Wait a minute. Let me talk because we got a different time. When I say move, you wait about a minute, then you say it, and then you throw me off. All right.
Okay.
When you're looking at it, I'm going to make you go in a circle clockwise.
There it goes.
That's right. Now I'm going to make it raise up in the name of Amun-Rayay. What I'm going to do for you, can you see a lot of stars out there?
It's moving up. Yeah,
Can you see a lot of stars? All right, I'm going to raise up. Slow down. Stop playing with the phone. That's Satan right there. How you doing in California, devil? Okay. Raise up all creation in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Stop making that noise.
That's one of them demons right there that hate that we back. All right, all creation, move to the left. Tell me what you see.
Moving left.
All right. Now all creation, drop down in the name of Amun-Rayay.
Dropping down.
Now just raise up in the name of the Messiah. Everything out there in the sky. Raise up in the name of the I love you.
Raising
all right. I love you all now. I want you to know that. Now write your testimonies and support
Thank you,
the mission.
Messiah.
I love you. And post up these testimonies, post up these posts everywhere. I want y'all to swarm on Telegram so I can see you. Let me see your name all over. And the post that I sent to you all, I put the names of all the people in Telegram that started all that shit. All them black devils and white devils. Get them people out of Telegram. I love you.